Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless, guys. In the last episode we managed to complete the Ratty reunion, and I think today who else do we want to look at leveling up to the next level? The Vagabond story is quite fun, but I've definitely done it before. Have I ever done the Inconvenient Aunt? Must have, surely. The Incognito Princess is definitely something that I've done before. What does the Repentant Devil want? He looks younger than most devils, but he is significantly older. His gaze is blank and yellow, a wall against speculation. He grooms his sideburns artfully and knows how to be tactful with less seasoned members of the crew. Let's listen to his suggestion. He's been giving you meaningful glances. He must want something. He laughs when approached. Oh dear, a little obvious perhaps. His gaze is amused and flickers with intensity. I have an idea that might be beneficial for us both. I'd like to improve the lives of the workers at the Home Office on the Avid Horizon, if you don't mind permitting me a little shore leave. Oh, we've learnt about his secondment to the Avid Horizon. I don't think I've ever actually done secondments before. If I'm not using them as a person, then maybe it actually makes sense to send them off on their secondment. What did you actually want? Is it this? Ask the Repentant Devil about his possible enemies. If he's attracting assassins onto your locomotive, you desire to know everything. Though he'll see that point of view better if plied with tea. Okay, well, we need 2 nectar and 2 tea. What are the odds I don't have that in my bank? I have 1 tea. Luckily, we're in Albion. And as is well known, did I pick up a prospect for... I did. Do they sell tea at the Clockwork Sun? I got a funny feeling they don't. But let me have a quick look, shall we? Someone here sells tea. It might be Parliament. No, you sell panes of stained glass. Crates of nostalgic crockery. Munitions. Ministry approved literature. Ministry approved literature. This isn't looking good, is it? Yeah. Here we go. Oh, the Avid Horizon. Ha. Funny. That's annoying. That's literally in the complete opposite direction. Oh, that's annoying. I only need 1 as well, which is just abysmal. I guess let's go do that. I could go do the get the money first, but let's focus on trying to do something for the Repentant Devil here. I'm going to leave the... Do I take it with me and then I can just do it when I'm up there? Sure, why not? I might need more. I admit, the weight is something that we should have probably worried about, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's, do I have port reports to hand in at the ministry? If I do, I'm going to go do that, because I want the money. If nothing else. Plus, I think we're running out of ministry stamped permits. Yes, I did have the right thing. And I'd like more of them. Hello. I don't trust these guys anymore. They have been trying to kill me quite a lot in the past couple of episodes. There's probably stuff we can actually do at the ministries. I don't think I rejoined the Horological Society and stuff like that. But, for the sake of expedience, let's go to the Ministry of Public Decency first. Deliver my port reports. What do we have here? Oh. I think I had 1. You've gained Strength of the Sun. Oh, good. Is that how I can increase the strength of the sun? Because that's something I would like to worry about. Ministry gratitude at 6 or higher. I don't know how much I actually have. Let's not worry about it for now, shall we? Let's keep going. Did I need fuel and supplies? Where am I going? I'm going all the way over to the home bureau, right? And they sell supplies. They don't sell fuel. Mausoleum sells fuel and supplies? I could always go to the mausoleum and then go over. Ugh. Or I go back to London and buy some there. I've kind of already left London. You know what? Let's go to the mausoleum first. Pick up more fuel and supplies. Well, fuel, the supplies aren't so much of an issue. I'm just kind of worried we're going to run out of fuel. It's quite far away. I always, as I've said many times, that Albion's bigger than I think it is, and I always end up flying off up there and being like, oh dear, that used 3 cans of fuel. Cans. Yep, that's what fuel comes in. Cans. We might even get lucky and come across some of the grave robbers. They have a chance to drop some interesting stuff. And money. Mostly money. Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll drop a caddy of dried tea. Hey, maybe we'll find some tea just floating in the sky here. Stranger things have happened. Is there anything that's... No, it is just a graveyard, isn't it? I was going to say, there isn't a place where I could come across a scribe spinster up here, is there? Still, back of the mind, looking for scribe spinsters. There's one. A resurrectionist! That's the word I was looking for. My missile is better than your missile. Yeah, admittedly, yours fires faster than mine, which is slightly embarrassing. I was worried about the explosion hurting myself. The resurrectionists haunt Memoriam, plundering its graves for corpse goods and cadavers. They sell the valuables to pawn shops and the bodies to disgraced scholars, deranged artists, and grisly collectors. Let's search the locomotive for valuables. What have they stolen from the sleeping dead? Anything valuable will have been carefully concealed. I'll have to think. Like a grave robber. Yeah, something I've never done before. 61%. Cross your fingers. Hey. The small hole has been turned into a meat locker. Within, corpses are strapped to tables. Close the door and look elsewhere. A false compartment contains fabrics torn from the dead. Winding sheets and burial gowns and Sunday best. You take the most obviously expensive. Thirsty Bombazine. That's worth some good money. Like, surprisingly good money. If I remember correctly, can I see a... Weighs 5, huh? Does everything weigh 5? Interesting. Never noticed that before somehow. We'll find somewhere to sell that. Even if I just sell it in London, that's probably going to pay for the fuel of this trip. Ooh. Oh dear. A lot of dead people. I still love the fact that one man's grave has just been highlighted. Yep, this is where the gentleman is. Oh, hang on, something's here. Another resurrectionist. I missed. Wow, can you imagine if one of us actually hit each other? Eep. Damn it! Why is he so hard to hit? Oh, gravestones just flying everywhere. Got him. Uh-oh. Mistakes were made. Oh, ah, yeah. Whoa, this is fine. Nothing to worry about. Maybe I should use my machine gun more. Shall we see if we can gain some unusual items again? Cross your fingers. Damn, we failed. You open a barred door to find a frozen cabin. The windows have been shattered, exposing it to the heavens cold in an attempt to preserve a set of cadavers. Too young, too older. Perhaps a family? A set of bell jars filled with murky oil contain organs. We gained terror, which is kind of bad. I don't really fancy constantly going to Warbly Justamare just to lower my terror, but admittedly it is just around the corner. Right, there's a terror up here, isn't there? Oh yeah, the dead sun. I remember. Alright, let's pick up some supplies here. Shall we get a port report while we're here? I really should make a habit of going from port to port, rather than just going as the crow flies. I worry it adds quite a lot of time to my transversals though. Let's... ooh. Literature in the most serene mausoleum. The dismal chamberlain, the most senior of the Deathless, who reside in the mausoleum, has been declared missing. I don't have a favour bestowed, so I can't do this even if I wanted to. That's a shame. I suppose I should read it anyway. The dismal chamberlain, the most senior of the Deathless who reside in the mausoleum, has been declared missing. The other Deathless have organised an auction of books from his private library. After all, the Empress's stipend only extends so far, and all have apartments in need of refurbishment. Should he return, well, perhaps this will teach him a lesson about disappearing without due notice. Oh man, they're selling all of his books. Right. Oh! Tea! There's a bargain for tea here. Well, that saves me a trip. Fantastic. This was all part of the plan. Frobishers, who supply tea to the Admiral Nelson in Port Prosper, are offering selected clientele an opportunity to purchase their latest loose leaf. They will not, however, be drawn on rumours of a deal gone bad with the Nelson. I'm going to buy all of this tea. That put me into a bit of debt, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's just buy some fuel and supplies. Make sure we have enough, and then... well, I didn't get a port report, did I? Hang on. Kensington Station. Kensington Station is tucked into a side chapel. An elderly footman is lighting candles while waiting to guide visitors into the mausoleum proper. Be escorted inside. Do I have to go in there to get a port report? This is becoming a lot more of a bigger thing than I thought. Lighting a fresh taper, which he carries into a silver holder, the footman leads you through a narrow arch and down a winding spiral stair. You can hear weeping close by. The echoes make it hard to discern the source. Soon after, you hear a sharp burst of laughter and music. Occasionally, you can make out the rumble of what the footman confirms to be the London Necropolis Railroad, far below. At the very bottom is an oak-panelled door. The footman unlocks the door, bows, and departs. The footman disappears into the gloom, leaving you alone, facing a desk shaped like a baptismal font. A cheery register sits in the middle, waiting to greet you. Well, I guess we better introduce ourselves. There are protocols that must be followed in the mausoleum. She has you fill out a form indicating your profession, age, usage of hours, and to confirm your legal status as alive. The Prince Consort's tomb is exceedingly popular. To prevent congestion, donations are requested. The greater the donation, the longer you'll be allowed to gaze upon the sepulchre. If one is fortunate enough to garner the attention of one of the Deathless, one must be respectful and only speak when spoken to. It does not do for the living to linger long among the dead. She files away your form into an excessively large black cabinet. Oh dear. I can leave my aunt here. It means to join the Deathless, but no, I'm actually here to write a port report. The most serene mausoleum is, if not the heart of her renewed Majesty's domain, at least its pulmonary valve. The most serene mausoleum endures. The catacombs grow as the necropolis line brings more bodies for burial. Traders bring fresh hours into the mausoleum, endowments from the Empress for the Deathless interred in their vaults. Plans are in motion to add a new chapel to the nave, while the Deathless petition for a new, separate station for the exclusive use of their servants. Death has never been so much in motion. Should I leave my... I don't think I've ever done one of these shore leave things. Should I try it just to see what happens? I'm not planning on doing the aunt's stuff yet. I think she's important for some storyline, but I guess I could always just come pick her back up again. Let's try it. It is time. She has requested shore leave at the mausoleum and means to join the Deathless. We'll leave the engine. You can pick her up at any time again. I don't know if I get a bonus for doing this or like a benefit of some description. Your aunt adjusts her horrible veil and beams at you. Remember, I shall be listening very carefully to your eulogy, she informs you, before being led away into the mausoleum. The funeral passes in a haze of sherry and fortified wine. Your aunt's service to the crown is remembered, as are her many contributions to civic life. When the priest forgets a few, your aunt reminds him in a loud stage whisper from within her ceremonial coffin. And then it is over. Your aunt has joined the Deathless, for a probationary period. As she tells you afterward, she is free to bunk off whenever she fancies. After all, who will tell her no? Ooh, we can ask our aunt to gather barrels of unseasoned hours, or I can ask her to curry favour with the other Deathless. Your aunt resides among the hushed sepulchres of the most serene mausoleum as one of the Deathless few. She has been given a generous apartment, the decor of which she has thoroughly ruined with brightly coloured antimacassars and little china ornaments. I don't hold with neo-Gothic, she informed you when you passed comment. Getting her to get unseasoned hours is a good way of making money, but currying favour with the Deathless also seems like it could be useful in the long run. Let's go with unseasoned hours for now, because I need money. Your aunt looks momentarily downcast. I'm only on probation in anticipation of a future and permanent residence. I haven't been given any. Her eyes widen behind her spectacles. Her expression is avid. It reminds you of an owl descending upon a vole, as seen from the perspective of the vole. But I know where I might find some. Leave it with Auntie. Return to the mausoleum in 30 days to see what she's been up to. Okay, well, we've set that off. That's kind of fantastic. I can attend a funeral. Well, I'm not paying, so Miser's funeral. The chapel is empty. The corpse lies largely unmourned. I shall mourn for the unmourned. My terror has fallen. The attending priest drones soothingly as the few mourners chatter. I came in hope of a last-minute display of generosity. I leave frustrated and disappointed, if not surprised. Right, so now let's do what we actually plan to do in this episode. Which is, well, talk to our devil. Do I want to contemplate a dead son? I feel like this is terrible. I feel like this increases my terror by a ton. Sure, it's fine. Let's go to our officers here and talk to our friend, the repentant devil. Okay, let's ask him about his possible enemies. If he's attracting assassins onto your locomotive, you deserve to know everything. Alright. I have had 3 particular friends, he says. 2 of them, I think, are dead. As for the 3rd, it would not be her style to look for me, but if I were to trace this matter, it would take me to Carillion, and to London, and to the Well of the Wolf. He catches the corner of your glance. You asked about my enemies, I know, he says. But when you get to my age, it's the same thing. So he wants to go to Carillion, the Baroness of Hell, that would be in London, I guess, and the Well of the Wolf. Where was the Well of the Wolf? I've definitely seen it. Let's ask him about it. He looks his most foreboding when you pry into this question. There is a friend, a colleague from the earliest part of my life. He died, as far as I know, in the fighting before the devils went to Caduceus and escaped the judgments. But that was then. If she is less dead now, I would expect to find her at the Well of the Wolf. He always did have a taste for dramatic protests. He looks unapproachably morose for a few minutes, then adds, I have no taste for places that celebrate defeat, but I will go where I must. Hey, what about your friend at Carillion? I don't make a habit of visiting Carillion, the devil says. It would be better not to attempt soul purification at all, than do such a clumsy job of it. Besides, there is the risk that I would be recognized there if I gave my name. I am the one who devised the original methods they're currently executing in parody, and well, he considers the top of the table. Hero worship from the incompetent is always awkward. Let's ask him about his friend in London, the Baroness. My contact in London belongs to the old aristocracy, he says. We will find her, perhaps, in the ruins of the palace stables, chewing all the gilding off a state carriage 10 years past its last parade. If not, then somewhere, someplace similar. She does not much like humans, unless they happen to be the crown prince of a dissolved monarchy, or the general of an exiled army. The fact that you are with me will not pacify her. The last time we spoke, I took off one of her legs. So, bring a tribute. Immaculate souls. Do I have immaculate souls? Oh no. I might have immaculate souls in my bank. Yikes. I guess we'll have to have a look, but I think I'm going to do that in the next episode. So thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel and the coffee supporters. It really does mean the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time.